Okay, welcome back. So my day is starting. 3 people are off today, and I got hit with the daunting task of cleaning up more of my area. And I think it's good because I finally get to prove if I do a good job, do a good enough job, that I can get a little bit more respect or I could be dependable, especially in this job. So I don't know if I should be excited about the workload, but I am. But also just the fact that I can do something and, people are looking at me to fulfill that role. You know what I'm saying? With 3 people missing, I have more of an area, and I've been asking for something like this. So I like to, I guess, step up, so to speak. I get tired of having to do the same old thing every day, but now they're telling me that they need me to do something for them, and I feel like I can do it. If I can do it, they're gonna see me differently now. So can't wait to share the news. Damn, look at my man over here. You know what's crazy? This is the face you make when you're getting like massive top. Like you're getting that great top. You lean back, you're like, oh. Okay, finally here. Uh, got a real deep topic to get off my chest this evening, and I think a lot of guys need to hear this, for whoever it may apply to. But for me, this was kind of a personal rabbit hole that I had to go down, and it's about you know it's it's being okay with being wrong. I think that's a big issue I've had for a while, especially working at this job, and I don't regret the things that I said about my job in the previous um, video. I was saying how I felt, but I also am glad that I got a change of perspective throughout um, the time from then to now. And I should really just be looking at things differently. That way, you know, later on in life, I'll be able to handle more rugged and difficult things. And that's kind of where I got, the motivation to really look at my job a different light. That and listening to a bunch of podcasts, it helps getting back into the mojo of things. I kind of got out of that, you know, um, I didn't have enough bus fare to go to the gym a couple of, I think a week ago, and I kind of plateaued. But now I just cut the excuses out. I had my last, basically. My last was going into the bus fare, just to make sure I got that part done. And I felt a lot better today, knowing that I made that decision. I made the right decision. And the way that it carried on throughout my day to my shift just made me realize, in the hindsight of things, of the scenario that I'll get into a second, that I was wrong. And I think, it really takes a big man to admit that you were wrong in a situation. So this particular instance that I'm talking about is I don't know if I probably referenced it a little bit. I had a little bit of a disagreement with my manager, and basically the call time for work to stop is 12, but usually it's 11:30 or 11:25, because then we just wait until we have to leave. And I decided at this particular time that I was done with everything, so I decided to sit at 11. And then she came through and she was asking me, what am I doing? Why are you sitting down? There's always something to do. I didn't necessarily agree with that philosophy. You know, um, I still don't, but I see the value in why they say that because you, there's everything isn't going to be squeaky clean, and you can take a little bit extra time to get those hard to reach areas. And I didn't feel like doing it, basically, and I kind of lashed out in frustration about the job and about how she was coming at me, and then it led to this whole back and forth, which shouldn't really be giving a back and forth to a person in a position of power. But anywho, that's just how I felt at the time, and I'm not proud to display that side of me, but at the time it felt justified, and I'm not. I've gone back and forth if I should apologize to her, but I think it's gonna be it is what it is, and I can just move on. Maybe I'll get to that, but regardless, after multiple weeks of reflecting on that scenario and coming in with a different mindset to work, yeah, I could say that I was in the wrong for that. I should have just asked what I could do instead of just sitting down. It was a perfect opportunity to show how much of a workhorse I want to be. I may not have showed it then, but it's all about the opportunity. I think one of the videos or the podcast that I was listening to was about how you need to be able to take any opportunity to prove to you that you'll be able to deal with a much bigger opportunity later on. And I kind of felt myself getting to that place where I'm going to be working this job paycheck to paycheck with that attitude, you know. I'm not going to advance because I'm just going to see it as this is the way to get by, and I'm not applying any other disciplines. Like if I can show that, for the extra 30 minutes, I can go, wash the side of a door rather than, scrolling on my phone, which can't really do because I don't have any entertainment apps at the time at this current time. But if I like YouTube or something, maybe if the opportunity presents itself later, the time that I could have spent washing the door, or I was on my phone and I'm not going to be able to handle the stuff later on. So I think I really put that stuff in there about what I really want to do, and I've always been vocal about video games and running events, running tournaments and things like that, and just being I don't know what the word is, but just being happy in you know whatever esport type thing I want to do, and I feel like this is the stepping stone to being able to handle a mass amount of people from all over the world. So I decided to stop really pointing fingers and trying to be the butt guy. The butt guy is that guy that says, like when he gets advice or feedback, he's like, oh yeah, but, I just wanted to show you that you know, I was that guy. I don't want to be that guy because I want to progress further. So I think if I can show myself, show my manager, maybe show you guys that as, we always talk about taking accountability. taking accountability leads to other things in the future, and I think it's just about time that uh, you know I start doing that, so that way it feels better to know that I don't become a thorn in someone's side when they try to give me advice, um, and that's not just with the workplace. It could be with a bunch of other things. I just wanted to get that off my chest to let you know that some guys come in this world and they don't want to admit that they're wrong. They don't want to admit that they made a mistake, and they need to be correct all the time. They need to be Mr. Right. I think that was like I forget what it was, a cartoon. I think it was like a Phineas and Ferb episode or something, where it was like a guy, it was like a scientist who was never wrong, but then he was wrong all the time, but whatever. So, yeah, I just felt really compelled to really, you know, kind of, these little vlog things is a little bit more intimate, and I can't have all the good, I guess you could call it, without the bad. So, yeah, I did wanted to share that I was, not too positive, I guess I could put it that way, especially learning how when like today there were two essential people off, and I had to do the entire second floor and realize how much of a team effort it takes to get things done in a matter of time. And I even messed up today on cleaning the water fountains. So, and I could have been, again, the butt guy with the way that the energy that was being transferred from her telling me that I did this wrong and things like that. But, I decided to hold my tongue and keep a positive outlook on it, because she's correcting me on something I did wrong, and I was like, okay, yeah, I did put too much on there. Absolutely, could you show me how to fix it? So I think that little effort could go a long way, and I just want to remind all the people out there to think about things like that when you're going through a tough time, or you have a job that you don't particularly like, or you're going through a situation or a scenario that is not ultimately in your favor. Try to find things to change about it. Try to change your attitude, your outlook. Maybe start moving some things around. That's what I was doing. Then I got lazy, and then I got back on board, and I feel better. So, yeah. And yeah, and I did have some fun with the little mannequin back there too. So, but other than that, that was what I wanted to get off my chest today. Thank you for viewing.